Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good night, good morning to yet another episode of Baji and Physics, where tonight we will be featuring some special activities like myself eating some sushi and answering your questions in physics. So, welcome one and welcome all. I hope to see many of you joining here very soon. I'm a little tired. Um, and so I'm not sure how long this live will go, but I do appreciate people joining and helping me with my super chat goals and also asking any questions of physics and also joining and chatting, and we can all hang out and do our things. I am hungry, and I did have some sushi takeout last night that I have leftovers from, and so I will be eating that with you tonight here. Um, Hello, Obnoxious. I really appreciate everybody joining. Thank you so much. And please do like, share, and subscribe as usual. If you're in the chat, please do let the other people know that we have gone live, and share it if you can, and ask them to like and subscribe and share as well. Thank you, J. Manuel Ramirez has sent a floating heart. Thank you so much, J. Manuel. Really appreciate you. So, we are just now getting started with our physics live of tonight. This will be featuring myself eating some sushi and chatting with you guys and hanging out, and then also answering all your questions. So, over the course of the last several lives, we have been covering black holes, for example, and a lot of people have been enjoying the astrophysics discussions that we've had. Mainly, we talk about, of course, astronomy, physics, astrophysics, and cosmology. And so, if you have any questions from those topics, do let me know as you are joining. Okay, so once again, thank you so much, everybody. Let me share the live and do all those types of things, and then we will continue. So hopefully you are here and you are joining. Yes. So let's see. This other phone's volume is down. I have to make sure of that. Yes, indeed. So Rob Noxious is saying something about Uranus. J. Manuel did a gift. Thank you so much, J. Manuel. And then eating sushi, woohoo. Yes. I actually promised on one of my lives earlier that I would do a sushi live where the food I'm eating is sushi. And indeed, currently I have sushi in the fridge from leftovers last night. So I will eat that with you tonight because I'm quite hungry. And then we will continue the live as usual and answer questions and discuss physics and astronomy and astrophysics and cosmology. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Yukari. Hello, Matt D. Hello, Dino Man. Hello, Robnoxious. Hello, Forever Forgiven. Intriguing you are. Thank you, Forever. How are you doing? Something about your what? I am from Brazil, and you. Hello to Brazil. Welcome, Brazil. ¿Cómo estás? I know that is Spanish, but I'm not sure that I know too much Portuguese. I tease because I dig you. Oh, thank you so much. Can you please like the live? Can everybody please like, share, and subscribe? And can we get 10 likes? I know you're just teasing, and that's okay. Thank you so much for being here. I'm okay. Where are you from? Well, I'm in Boston, in the United States of America. And Forever, are you the one that's from Brazil? Hello, Jeremiah. How are you doing, guys? How are you? How are you? How are you? I'm gonna set a goal. And you guys can help me with my goal. I'm originally from New York City, then Pennsylvania, now in Canada. Oh wow, you've really, I guess, gone north. Perfect. So Canada is not too far from here in Boston either. Depending on which part, I believe Montreal is just a few hours away. Keep going north and we can reach Canada, because indeed it's a big country and can be found in many places, going up from the US. What is your ethnicity? Well, you can make some guesses. Why don't you stay on the live and guess with all of the others who will ask the same question, and it can be a type of entertainment. Hello, my music Gen X. I'm in Toronto, EHA. Hello, Toronto. Hello, Canada. Hello, USA. Oh, I didn't do my continents today. North America, South America, Africa, Asia, Europe, Antarctica. I don't know if I've missed anybody, but welcome, welcome, and welcome. Please do join the live and like, share, and subscribe. My friends, ladies and gents, we are getting started. Beautiful, smart woman, keep it 100. Okay. Hello, the blogs 6353. I'm originally from Michigan, says Robnoxious. Then Ohio, then Michigan again, then California, then Ohio, then Arkansas, then Michigan again. Oh my goodness. You do favor the Midwest quite a bit. You forgot Australia. Oh my goodness. I forgot Australasia. My apologies to Australia and New Zealand. I don't mean to forget you at all. In fact, I hope to visit you soon, maybe this year. I did forget a continent, did I not? Let's welcome all of the continents, all of the oceans, all of the ponds, all of the states, all of the little countries, all of the islands, the Caribbean islands, Madagascar, Dominican Republic, Caribbean again, because I really like the Caribbeans, Puerto Rico, Venezuela. Just everybody is welcome. Please do join the live. Remembered Antarctica but forgot Australia. Yes, indeed I did do that. I always shout out Antarctica because I was there to work and whatnot. New Zealand, I was there as well, but for a much shorter time. So New Zealand can escape my memory, but not Antarctica. Hello, Ananta Chobe. Hello, Robnoxious. Hello, Music Gen X. Hello, Richie Rich Billionaire. Well, Richie Rich, I do have a super chat goal for you to peruse and support if you'd like with your riches. I'm mixed Puerto Rican, Native American, Asian, and African American. What do you do? Hello, Derek Bentley. I feel like I've seen you before here, Derek. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome, welcome to the chat. Can we get 10 likes? Could we get 10 likes, my darlings? Could we get 10 likes, my darlings? And your support is much appreciated throughout this live. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, now I will also set it up on the laptop so I can see the live monitor. All these buttons, guys. Thank you for your patience. Here's my Stanley. Thank you, DCX. Hello, darling. DCX, Dookie McDuck. Tom Ava. Hello, girl. You got a great accent. Thank you, Tom. Dino Man. Hello. I asked because you said you traveled. Traveled. What did you ask? Oh, what do I do? Okay, we will answer it. Let me get my sushi. We will answer it for a long time. J Manuel, hello. J Manuel, do you have any questions for me tonight? J Manuel did do a gift. Mr. Pilot says beautiful. Oh, hello, Mr. Pilot. Reese is here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dino. I'm okay, Reese. I'm just very tired.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Hey, Google, please stop. Sometimes Google and the other name that we won't take starts with an S, start talking to me out of nowhere and really scare me, actually. I'm very scared by things that happen in the real world. Hello, DCX. Your lips should be against the law. Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you. They're all natural, no Botox. Although if Botox wants to sponsor one of my videos, go for it, Botox. But I am not a fan, generally speaking, but always appreciate your support. Casual MF Oh, casual. Okay, hello, casual. Ananta Chaube is saying, how are you? Fami Swash, hello. She studied physics. Oh, shut up! My music Gen X is making a joke. They're saying she studied physics, cosmetology, and astrology. Actually, it's physics, the science, cosmology, the study of the universe, and astronomy. But those other counterparts are close enough in the vocabulary. Ajat Gurjar is saying, I'm from Jaipur. Oh, very nice. I've been to Jaipur. And can I say holy? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I just took a shower. It is the magic of the shower that my skin looks good. Thank you. What does everyone's occupation here? Sorry, I don't have no questions at the moment. I just love your topic. Someone want to sit here and just listen, but thank you. Good job, J. Manuel. I'm so glad that you are here. I'm so glad that you are here. Please do sit with us and hang out and enjoy the chit chat and enjoy our live discussion. Don't promote Botox. Okay. Kevin Coonfield is saying, hi, God bless you and your family. And I'm from Amarillo. Is that how you say it? Texas. Oh, very nice. Oh, very nice. Okay. Had to read one colorful comment here. Tom Ava is saying, sounds like we got a scientist here. Awesome. I did do science. I'm a mad scientist, according to Obnoxious. She's a scientist. Oh gosh, Music Gen X. You better make up with a super chat after all this misinformation. She's a glad scientist. Welcome to India. Welcome to the chat. India, Ajad Gurjar is saying, Jet Builder is saying Nashville. This is AI for sure. Oh, hello, Felton. Are you Tom Felton? In that case, I'm coming to your show. Casual is saying, give us a quote. Brown cutie. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sometimes your comments verge upon a bit ruder than my mods are willing to tolerate. And you might see them disappearing faster than I can read them. Okay? And my accent changes drastically too. The ruder people get, the more proper I get. So, White Chalk has sent a floating heart. Hello, my darling White Chalk. J. Manuel has sent a party hat. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. Thank you so much. I know people asking me, you go all Mary Poppins sometimes. Exactly. I poppin like a Poppins. You know, the thing is, when people ask me my ethnicity and what I do for a living and where I'm from, you just have to stay on the. That was actually a compliment, says Robnoxious. We are not talking about you, Robnoxious. You are some kind of gorgeous. Well, thank you, Salamander. So people that ask me what my ethnicity is and where I'm from and where the accents are from, you just have to stay on the live to figure it all out. Many ethnicities, accents, countries are going to be coming out soon here. In fact, throughout the live. Mwah. Blow a kiss to make sure you're not an AI. You're Indian. You're still my favorite pretty girl. Oh, thank you, Kenneth Person. Thank you, Sir Grory. Thank you, Meep. What's your ethnicity? What do you do for a living? And where are you from? Exactly, Meep. Those are exactly some of the most common questions here. Where did you learn English? He accent is clearly Baston. They think you're AI because of your flawless appearance. That's funny. Oh, it's not flawless. I have a pimple there. Soon I will be eating sushi and it will not be flawless, and you will see many people get on here just to hate on my eating. So you will see you will see a lot happening and a lot changing if you stay on the live, guys. And all of those questions will be answered, okay? You have to stay on. Hello, YouTube agent. Hello, Caesar. Hello, J2. Hello, Casual. Hello, 7 large men. 7 large men, of course, you can get a shout out. She's a Russian AI bot who eats sushi. If you were my homework, I'd cheat on you. Hello, reverse mind tricks. I don't like that at all. I don't like it. I don't like it. What is, sometimes I glitch. What is your name, dear? Hello, Superman. I can't stay. Do you watch anime? Casual. Okay. I think my neighbor has guests. Reese. I can hear my neighbors downstairs. Usually they can hear me screaming and singing. No, not the bonkers one. There's just a neighbor downstairs that I am almost sure will come up and scream at me sometimes because I feel like he can probably hear my singing. I think he has guests. Oh my God. Okay. That is some neighboring news. We will keep on going. I am so tired today, so I do appreciate people complimenting and saying nice things because I'm so tired today. I didn't feel very like I'm looking so great, but I took a shower and I made an appearance here, and you guys are you guys are making me feel better. If you can hear his guests, he can definitely hear your crazy singing. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm like, how come I can hear his guests? They're just talking kind of loudly. So, I mean, hopefully this makes us even. Sometimes I can hear his guests talking and sometimes he can hear my singing. You look and sound wonderful. Hello, Robert Large. How are you doing? Hello, Ajay. Ajay is saying your eyebrows look great, girl. Oh, thank you. Is that Aura? What is that? What do you mean? Aura? Is that a brand? What is that? You not only have a pretty face, I bet you're beautiful on the inside too. Oh, thank you, Reverse Mind Tricks. Are you listening for farts? No, I heard them talking. I need to get a dental appointment too. Oh my God, I can hear them talking. This guy is an introvert and today he has guests. You didn't say your name. My name is quite difficult and someone will probably say it. Just keep staying on. You will hear my name. Everybody, you should like, share, and subscribe and keep coming to the lives and you will find out all of this information, whether I like it or not. Physics question, thoughts on quantum computers being sent to space for cooling. Oh my God. Figure out it's not aura. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. Hello, Donovan. Her name's Spartacus. See, my mods will also inform you of various things, including but not limited to such comments. Please like and share and sabababa. My name is Owen3. There, I answered one question. I answer faster when you ask it in a super chat form. Thank you guys so much for being here. Can you like and subscribe? And can we get 30 likes? Stuck in the big 26 right now. What does that mean? I have a physiques question. Squats or... I do squats. I'm myself a squat girl. So there you go. A physiques question, squats or hip thrusts. I do squats. I don't know about the other one, if that's even a thing, but okay. Hello Snokomui. Hello Carter. Okay, let me turn this on. Also, I need to take my allergy meds. It's quite bad right now. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the nice and kind comments. Okay. I did the shopping link. Did I share the live? Robnoxious! We can talk about Uranus. Oh my god, Robnoxious. You're so naughty. You're a naughty, naughty Robnoxious. I have a physiques question. Buttercup, hello. Robnoxious is asking in a super chat how much gas is in a certain planet. We can certainly talk about Uranus if you're so interested. In fact, I've talked about all the planets in the solar system in my solar system special lives, and I also have a whole playlist on it called Planets by Oindri. Robnoxious! Can we get 30 likes? What do you think of Sorn? What is that? Please do let me know what that is, Joe or someone else. Thank you, Robnoxious. And we are now started with our goal, super chat goal of the tonight. Thumb in or okay. Hello, Michaela, McKenna, who agrees? Kalis and Tomo. I don't know who these people are. Are those characters? Hello, Jace Johnson. Okay, the super chat, or not super chat, the shopping link is working. I just have to set it up so people know it's there. I'm gonna share the live. This is how we get started, guys. It just takes me a few minutes. I say hi to people. I say hi to everybody. We chat. Tonight we will also eat. And then we talk about physics endlessly. Gravitational waves and what's their source? We can definitely take that question. In your personal opinion, do you think the Theia hypothesis as it relates to and our moon is likely? I don't know about that. They always be flirting. Well, then good luck to them. Hello, Scott. Scott is here. Sorry I'm late watching Bears win. Okay. Well, Scott, you should just play us along with your game. If that's a game. Not really sure. I live under a rock. Your aura is the energy field around you. I think. Okay. So, we can certainly talk about. Hello, Wolf King. NFL game is over. Okay, good. Come on into this live stream then. Gravitational waves, really different gravitational events. I mean, some of the most, the biggest ones are probably like cataclysmic events, like a black hole merger, or a black hole neutron star merger, or a neutron star merger. Or like a really big supernova, like a hypernova, which is from a star dying. So these types of big gravitational collapse or gravitational merger, or just purely gravitational events, can produce some of the bigger gravitational waves that we have now started to actually measure here on Earth. With something like the LIGO instrument. But that said, we can get gravitational waves from smaller events as well. We just might not be sensitive to them on Earth because there are other issues, anthropogenic and other geophysical vibrations and things, which would be sort of a noise source in those experiments. Okay? Okay, so that was in brief the answer to that. Let me share the live, and now my stomach is extremely grumbling, so I do need to get my sushi. But keep your questions coming. Theoretical astronomy. Well, my background is in experimental particle astrophysics. I'm not sure that I would identify as a theoretical astronomer, but I try to learn and do what I can. And I'm not sure about some of these questions, so that's the answer. That's the reason why I might take longer answering some of them. Okay. All right. So let's see. Where's my sushi? If you have any cosmology, dark matter, dark energy, astronomy, astrophysics questions, let me know. I will be eating my sushi in the meantime. I have a what is this? I have a salad as well that I'm gonna eat first, and then the sushi. Here's my chopsticks. I got the same and complete. Oh, that's what it is. Seaweed salad, spicy tuna maki, and California maki. And they gave me a buy one get one option. Okay. Should try a Philly roll. Oh, of course I've tried a Philly roll. If there's a roll of sushi, I've probably tried it. Put my hair back a little bit here. 1.21 gigawatts. What does that mean? Have you heard of exports? Exports? I'm not sure. I think so. Is that a sports channel? Hello, Reese. Upgrade is saying Reese. So stunning. Oh, thank you. Kijawi. Thank you, Jeremy. Hello, Crazy Sick Wine. Hi, Pranay. Astrophysics doesn't equal theoretical astronomy. Those are overlapping fields. Certainly very overlapping. Extremely overlapping, but they are kind of different. We can talk about the differences. Give me a moment. Yes, I'm gonna eat a California maki and a spicy tuna maki after my seaweed salad. My hair is still very wet from my shower, and I did not fully brush it, and it may get tangled. So, astrophysics. I have to move the bar stool here. Astrophysics is more about the physics of the astronomical objects and events and sort of transit events as well. Like understanding what physics, what particle accelerations and those types of details might be happening in an event like a supernova or in an object like a star, how a star makes heavier elements from the lighter elements. For example, like nuclear physics within a star is astrophysics. Astronomy is more sort of I consider it like more study of the heavenly objects, study of the night sky, instrumentation to do that. So I don't know. I mean, they're both they're really similar. or they have a lot of overlap, but astrophysics is a little bit more heavy on the physics side than the astronomy side, okay? Thank you for the likes. I love that. Everybody drink water and put the water drop symbol in the chat. What's next in space exploration besides being a passenger princess? I got removed from Rate My Professor. Okay. Thank you guys so much for all your support and gifts and super chats. Hello, Fabiola. This is seaweed salad, Reese. You wouldn't know because you have no culture in Britain. We go back, really. Reese and I are friends, and we go back a long time, so I can tell him things like that. It's seaweed salad, Reese. There's more than seaweed in it. Are you? Reese has never had sushi. Ask him. Everyone ask him. He has never had sushi in his whole life. He's never even had noodles. Welcome, England. You know, but the thing about America is that we may be shady here and borrow and steal other people's cultures, but we do welcome more than just mashed potatoes. Actually, what do people eat there again, Britain? Full English. Potatoes probably, right? Is that what you eat every day, Reese? Aw, Reese. Don't do that. It's not posh. It's just seaweed salad. Actually, I really love fish and chips in the UK. London is my favorite city. And sometimes I'm really mean to the Brits. Because I can be. Some egg bacon sandwiches with mushrooms. Oh my god. That does sound really good, Reese. But you should try some seaweed salad sometimes. Clam chowder. Girl, if you don't do what? Hello, the only two. Hip trip. Reese, are you a good cook of bacon, eggs, and mushrooms? Because I actually love that. That actually sounds really good. So maybe you don't need to eat some seaweed salad. Hello, it's Kimbab. AI? Question mark. What do you mean? This is not AI. This is seaweed salad. Hello, Joe Dirt. Porridge. Carne asada tacos. Wow, she went there. Where did I go, Scott? She's eating grass with little sticks. This is epic content. Oh, you like it. See? I knew you would appreciate it. I mean, you flipped out when I had noodles, Reese. So pretty much anything will surprise the British people, I tell you. I tell you. I'm not really a foodie either. But I will order some sushi. I mean, it's Boston. We can get almost any kind of food here. That's something I really like about the US. You can get some good Asian food. Okay, can we get 40 likes? And what is someone's question right now? Granted, I'm very hungry, so I might be too busy. We will do physics today. What's your question, Antonio? You like the French food? It's pretty good. I didn't realize you went to France. I thought you didn't leave the house. What is this I hear about you leaving the house, Reese? How could you? Thank you. Thank you, guys. Can you do a super chat and ask your question? Look at this. So some of this sushi actually broke. I ate too fast last night. I was so hungry. Oh, heck yeah. So some of it broke. I was a bit savage with it. That deserves a medical weed gummy. What are you talking about? Crazy sick one. All right, now I'm gonna make my sushi dipping mechanism. By the way, Reese, this is how you eat sushi. See, you take some of this stuff they give you, the green stuff, you put it in the soy sauce, and you make a little mixture with it. Sushi, my darling. You make a little mixture with it. See? You keep that to the side and you dip your sushi in it. Then you eat the sushi. Scott, what's the green stuff called? Quiz question. Also, I've forgotten. Wasabi. Perfect. You take some wasabi, see? This green stuff is the wasabi. You dip it in your, you put it in your soy sauce. Thank you everyone very much. And can we get 50 likes? You put this in your soy sauce. See how it's becoming brown green? Then you take your sushi, you dip it full like in the wasabi soy sauce mix, and then you take this and you put it full like in your mouth. This is California maki and wait, what is this? This might be the I think this is the California maki. I also got the tuna, spicy tuna maki. Do I have a nuclear device? What do you mean? Hi, Raymond. I do straight wasabi. Well, that's just me. I do too sometimes. Hello, Tim. How come I'm splashing out on a fancy sushi dinner? I mean, sometimes I do. Like maybe every couple months. I get some sushi takeout. And enjoy it, you know? There's a lot of sushi places near me. I like food. Randy is asking about the cat. Well, they're upstairs because it's cold down here. Hello, Mark. Reese, don't eat this part. This is plastic. It's a little divider. Oh, and also, I got the salmon complete. So see, this is like pieces of salmon is in here too. So I got the salmon complete for protein. So that's the other thing. I need protein, so I got the sushi, which has a lot of salmon and protein. Do you know about Uzbek? I don't know. What is that? I'm actually kind of allergic to seafood, like shellfish. I still eat it here and there, but I avoid a lot of shellfish. So I cannot do lobster. Peanut butter sandwich with Nutella is my go-to food. Yes, I'm actually all out of Nutella and very low on peanut butter. And so, and yesterday I was sad and I wanted to have more protein. So there it is. Those are the reasons. But also because I felt like it. Because I felt like it. Oh my God. That's so much wasabi. That is so much wasabi. That is so much wasabi. I ran out. I eat a lot of PB&J. It's okay to be sassy and sad. Oh, thank you, Raymond. Appreciate your support. Hello, F.A. Phase. Hello. Nusrat, hello. Thank you. Let me look at the top fans really quickly. Number 1 top fan is Rub Noxious. Thank you so much, Rub Noxious. Rub Noxious did a super chat, so thank you. Number 2 is J Manuel. Thank you for the gift. Number 3 is Crazy Sick Wine. Oh my goodness. I didn't think you'd be number 3, Crazy. Number 4 is My Music Gen X. Number 5 is BG Floyd. Number 6 is Upgrade. Number 7 is Phase. Number 8 is Anand Chobe. And number 9 is Kenneth Person. Number 10 is Randy. Hello. It's going good. I took a nap. I was tired. Oh, that's right. This thing, I saved it from last night. It's a bunch of like, it's a part of the salad and same and complete situation. My eyes are watering. We will be reading for a little bit. Yes, stay on. Okay, that was that was a spicy one in my mouth. Like I felt it in my nose. Charlie is waking up. Okay. Thank you, Unique Creations. Appreciate you. Please like and subscribe. Share with your friends and family and lovers and sisters. Twister player? I don't know. I don't know. It was a spicy one. Like not spicy in the form of like Indian food, but more like spicy where it hurts my nostrils. I wish you all my physics teacher back in the day. Sub. Thank you for subscribing. I think we'll talk a little bit about particle physics tonight. What do you guys think? So now I have a bunch of rice that I'm going to scoop up with a fork. Reese, this is the part you will excel at. See how you can also use a fork to eat this. I'm telling the guy from Britain. It's okay. Don't be overwhelmed. Raymond Cisneros, hello. You should definitely do those things, Raymond. Thank you, honey. Come back, please. Sure, why not? Are you getting sushi too, Crazy? I'm not a lefty. I'm a righty, but this image is reversed. I'm a righty. I named my right ovary Sally because it's bigger than Jolly. The left one. Sally and Jolly. All right. I'm also going to eat the other roll because I am quite hungry. Still hungry. I think this is the spicy tuna maki. So yeah, I'm going to also eat that. Sorry, guys. The eating continues. Classic Sally. Sally is a little bit bigger than Jolly. And Sally works really hard, and Jolly is a little laid back. And they take turns every month. I'm very proud of them. Yesterday I was sad because I found out that I have a fibroid in my uterus. Inside it. I haven't confirmed fully the name I will pick for my uterus, but I think it's going to be Polly. But I was very sad to find that Polly has a fibroid, and I was most disappointed by this imperfection. How dare it? As in the fibroid. Polly is perfect. I dropped the sushi. That's okay. We will pick it up again because it fell in the container. Okay, there was some burn in that. You were thinking about it? Yeah, sometimes I get really sick and it hurts a lot. It's because of the fibroid, and it's the uterus. Tell Polly it's going to be okay. I know. Thank you, Face. Thank you. I was so sad. I felt that directly in my top of my mouth, my nose, and my throat. Like I took a chunk of wasabi, I think. Excuse me, please. Sorry. So how does one get a fibroid? I'm not really sure. But it's quite common. But like I saw it. I went to my doctor and I saw it. And I realized like its size. And I'm like, Polly is so small. And this fibroid is kind of big compared to Polly. And that's the reason why I've been having so many issues. I've been in pain like every month for over a year and had all these difficulties. One time I had to go to the ER for too much bleeding. Like where you bleed so much that you have to like seek medical attention. Which, by the way, girls and ladies, go to the ER for that. Don't bother with an urgent care. They cannot help you. And I'm talking about the US. And of course, this is not actual healthcare advice. Please take it with a grain of salt. I am not a medical doctor, only a physics doctor. But it was like snowstorming, and I had to go to the ER in the middle of a freaking snowstorm in Boston. But I'm glad I did. But yeah, all of this stuff has been happening. So they did an ultrasound. And they found that I have this fibroid inside Polly. You need an actual MD, not a PA or NP. I am anemic. So that's why that motivated me to get more protein yesterday. And I got the salmon complete platter along with spicy tuna maki. And what else did I eat today? I got it yesterday, but what did I just now eat? California roll and this tuna. Thank you guys. Don't worry. I didn't mean to talk about this too much. Nobody touch Polly. She's not in the mood. Exactly. Raymond, Brandon, Polly, OMG. Hi, hello. How are you, beautiful? I hope you're doing great. Thank you, Juan. Yes, I am anemic. How did you know? That's correct. Oh, that's right. You're going to medical school. You should know about these things. Crazy sick wine. Good job. I am anemic. Correct. I take an iron pill and I'm supposed to eat more protein and beef and whatnot. I don't eat enough beef because I don't really cook meat. Thank you, Unique Creations. Oh, so you mean I need an actual MD, as in you'll become an MD sometime? Well, hurry up. But nurse practitioners and physician assistants are fine too. But I do have an actual MD at this point. But I'm open to anybody that would be helpful in a good provider. I don't like hearing that. Wonderful accent. Oh, thank you. You couldn't do physics, but you're doing medicine? Oh, good. We do need more medical doctors. Does the iron pill make you feel nauseous? No. You do have to drink a lot of water, otherwise it causes constipation. Not that that's a discussion we should have right now as I'm eating, but yeah, I take the iron pill every other day. Obviously, it's prescription and, again, depends on your doctor, but yeah, I take it every other day. I have to drink a lot of water, otherwise it causes constipation. Constipation. But pretty much, I think that's all that I know so far that happens. Have a ribeye sometime. You better buy me one, Scott Romer. Scott Romer is gonna buy me a ribeye because I'm a passenger princess. Also, actually, I'm not sure, is that a type of steak? Because I'm not sure I can handle like a bloody steak. I like meat like well done. And in America, that's like looked down upon. People are like, how dare you get a well done piece of meat? So, I got a question. Do you only date dudes with PhD? How are you anemic? Because of too much bleeding, darling. To a certain degree. I wrote a theory on a subjective forum. Nurse midwife. What if they are crypto rich? Can I take you to Subway? Absolutely not, senor. No way, Jose. You cannot take me to Subway. No. Restum Simon is saying you're getting fatter every day. What's going on? Restum. Okay. I assuming your flows are heavy. Well, yes, that's the bleeding. Yes. Of course. What is a masculine man to a woman in 2026? I think I have already. You have already? What? Bought me a ribeye? The totality of paths, a state where every possible orbital trajectory within a system. Hello, Adeline. I will read your long message in a bit. What are you doing Sunday? Put Restim on timeout for a week. Ribeye steaks are the best. Cook it any way you want. Hello, Rio. Why you cute? Can we get 100 likes? Restum, are you trying to rage bait my chat? Because it's working, darling. You should say that more. Ow. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, my sushi has properly fallen into the container of wasabi and soy sauce. So let's see what this bite will be like. It's sushi. I can't tell. I think this is the tuna roll. Spicy tuna maki. I know, but I can ask. I have to keep reminding people, you know? You're scared by 30. I'm sorry I got a PhD. What do you mean? I don't think I've heard of exports and exports. Why are you asking? Kurt, I don't cook great. Actually, I cook great, according to Reese. Like, girls, they gonna date me. I'm finna go back to college. Okay. I don't know. I think I've dated a not PhD. Let me think. I have dated one non-PhD. As in, someone who like wasn't in school at the time, not planning to get a PhD either. That type of person. Hi, Lindsay. Thank you, honey. So I've dated. I'm trying to think now. I'm counting. There's not a lot to count, but I'm counting. I think I've dated one non-PhD, as in somebody who had like no plans to get one either. And it did not go well at all. But then the PhD ones didn't go well either. So I'm not really sure that that's the problem. You know what I mean? In some ways, one of the PhD ones probably went worse. Hello. Happy birthday. Eric Sachs, how are you? Yes, we're doing sushi. We're doing a Saturday night special sushi. I am Sushi. Too many smart people can kill a relationship. I don't think it was smartness that was the issue there. If you had to marry a doctor or a PA, see, I think I don't think women are looking for the men's professions at this point. Women have their own professions and own money. So I don't think that we're looking for like a profession. We're looking for like a good person, and I mean someone that's like not totally broke and like using us for money. But it's probably not going to be profession so specific. Like if they're a PA, I would be totally fine. If they were a doctor, great. PA, great. Nurse, great. Those are all healthcare professionals, and I for one like healthcare professionals. Like I've never like dated one, but like I think that that's a good profession. Like we need more such people. I would be happy to like be a supportive person in that person's life. So I don't think that it's the exact profession that matters too much, but they'd have to be like a good person and not turn into a narcissistic garbage human. You know what I mean? So um I think that's what people are looking for. Oh my god. Mm, mm. Look at my eyes and my nose. Does it look like AI now? Would you date a middle-aged wannabe rapper who lives in a motel? Probably not. We went from doctor versus PA to a motel. Keep in mind. Like, just because I'm fine with the PA doesn't mean I'm fine with the motel. Put it this way. It would be good if they owned their own home. How about that? How about that? Because I don't want to provide the housing, if that makes sense. Don't gotta pay for my housing, but I don't want them to expect that I will put a roof over their head. You know what I mean? I'm just tired of being daddy. I'm tired. It's tiring. I'm so tired of being the daddy that I basically don't date. You know what I mean? I can't be daddy. I can be to me and my kids, but not to a grown man. Got it? Not to a grown man. Okay, I have dropped a sushi again in the bucket of too much wasabi. So, are you ready for another burn? Hum is saying, "B honey bun, I'm a card reader. Card says you'll soon be preggo." Did you get the Empress for me? I know the Empress card in tarot is associated with pregnancy, but it's also associated with just general abundance. We're having a wild discussion here tonight, guys. Top notch. How are you? Oh, hi, Paul Gentile. Lolo is asking, is it at least the Comfort Inn? Hi, Unspoken Words. Hey, babe, guess who's back? Hi, Caesar. Caesar's asking, do you think I'm ugly? Well, is that a cat or dog in your picture? Then that's very beautiful. Can you be silly and put the chopsticks in your nose for the chat? No, darling. Okay, princess. Testify. What are you talking about? God bless you too, Dosito. Polly said hell no. Polly is like, Empress card? That means we're going to be rich and abundant, and abundance will flow to us easily and freely. Not that we're going to make a child. I am in Boston. I do like it here. What does Acacio have to say about this topic? Hello, Scott. Hello, Acacio. Is Acacio here? Too cultured. What are you saying, Scott? What are you saying? I'm not catching your... What do you mean? Too cultured, and what was the previous comment? I have abundance already. Have you been to New Hampshire? Of course. I love New Hampshire. I post about New Hampshire a lot on my TikTok channel, which is Boston Girl. And the username is the same username as here on YouTube. Oh, I see. The username is OindryB. Same username as here on YouTube. I am also on TikTok. And I post about New Hampshire constantly. Constantly. Yes, I'm not gonna do the chopsticks in my nose. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Okay, I'm gonna get some water because the last bite of sushi is going to have a lot of wasabi in it, and I'm sure it's gonna make my eyes water, and I'm all out of water in the flask, in the tumbler, in the bottle, in the Stanley. So yeah, are you guys ready? There's one last piece of sushi left, and it fell in the container of wasabi and soy sauce and stayed there for a while as I was ranting about something. That's what the comments meant too. Coutures. Okay, well, I don't know anymore. I'll be right back. They're upstairs because it's so cold down here. They're upstairs, up the stairs. The heat is on. And I think I will also go upstairs after the live. They are resting upstairs because upstairs is warmer. Warmer. Are you guys ready? It's the last piece of sushi. Sushi, which has a ton of wasabi in it. I'm cold, but my mouth is about to be hot. And my nose. And my nose. Oh gosh, I broke it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad, guys. Let me scoop up the rice. Reese, are you here? That British guy that I was insulting is my mod. Reese, can you get rid of some of these people? They're disturbing me. I cannot be bothered right now, guys. I mean, yes, it's been mixed with the soy, for sure. I'm just finishing up all the rices. All the pizza rices have to be eaten. I cannot waste any rice. It is a type of God in my culture. In my culture, we don't waste rice. So I am now eating the last pieces of wasabi and soy soaked soy sauce soaked rice particles. By the way, guys, this is ordinary matter, not dark matter. The lecture is coming now after I eat because I was too hungry. The ginger, I might not eat the full thing. There is no ginger god. First we will eat the ordinary matter, then we will talk about dark matter. Hello, it's Tricky. I just have to finish all the rice. I don't think the ginger will be something I'm able to really finish tonight at all. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, hell no. Mm-mm. The tarot card reader must have read these comments. It's like, what? What is this nonsense? I don't know. I don't know. Not every Indian is the same. They have all different cultures. I don't know. I'm in Boston, Carlos. Boston. I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Are you saying that about my tarot card reader? Don't say that. Let them read tarot. Don't call them names. I like witches. I'm a witch. I chew with mouth open. Okay. Am I East Indian? Daytime vampire and princess by night. You hope not. What? What do you not hope? What do you got against a witch? Let people thrive of different kinds. Okay. All right. That is all done, guys. That is all done. Salem is down the street. Salem. I like witches. I support a good witch. Got it? Got it. You got a cute nose. No earnings tonight. You mean earrings or no, like money? I do have the money's going up. Could someone do a super chat? Please. I have one more seaweed salad left that I will eat tomorrow. Let me put that over here. Scott has done a super chat. Thank you, Scott. Scott Romer. I love Mexican food, of course, Carlos. I'm your suitable host. I'm a suitable host. Okay. I'm looking for an heir. Excuse me? Scott Romer has done a super chat. Thank you, Scott. Always a passenger on your journey. Thank you, Scott. Unspoken word is saying seaweed salad is really good for you. Thank you. See, guys, I have one more seaweed salad for me tomorrow. So I will celebrate tomorrow with another seaweed salad. And I will put all this garbage in the bag and throw it out. I will keep an extra chopstick in the drawer. The kitty cats are Fuji, Suji, and Baji. My Shona, my Baba, my Mama, my everything, my universe. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. And evil I remove. Aw. Alright, sorry guys. Was checking a message. I did go to Antarctica for some sort of science expedition. I have videos from that as well. I do. Okay, let me throw this in the sink. I do. I worked on an experiment called Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna. Okay. Did someone time him out? Aw. Oh, I need to hydrate? I do. I will drink more wawa. Every time you wave, it's a cosmic wave. Hello. Hi, Fuji Shona. Fuji บาปอยู่ Hi, Fuji. Hi, Fuji. Hi, Fuji. Hi, Fuji. Mama loves you. Mama loves you. Mama loves you. Hi, Fuji. Hi, Fuji. Mama loves you. Mama loves you aggressively. Mama loves you. Just put the garbage away, because I don't want anybody to be disturbed by my garbage. As in the kitty cats. Mama loves you. Mama loves you. Don't be don't me. Don't make the baby. Hi, Fuji baby. Hi, Fuji baby. You're such a good baby. You're the best baby. You are. You are. You are. There's no one like you. You are. There is no one like you. All right. Now we will read. In fact, we will finish the part that we started last time, okay? I put a pin in it. So we were talking about the Big Bang, okay? And shortly after the Big Bang, we were talking about how the universe evolved. And that is where we chanced upon different types of energy, matter, particles situation. Do pulsar count as cosmic waves? I'm not sure what you mean by that. By that cosmic waves. Pulsars are pulsating with extremely precise period, and they can give off a radiation at that extremely precise period because they're a very fast rotating neutron star generally. But what do you mean by cosmic waves? What you mean? You need a HEPA filter. Well, ideally I need a fridge that makes water instead of the sink that makes water. I want to hear about Antarctica. Thank you, Beyond Ether. Thank you everybody for being here and supporting me through my dinner, and now for staying put for the physics part of this live, okay? What are your questions, my darling Beyond Ether, about Antarctica? I'm not trying to be rude. Okay, that's fine. No worries. Do you mean cosmic rays or do you mean cosmic wave? Smart and beautiful, that's a deadly combination. Hello, Matt. What is radiation? These are really good questions. Okay, perfect. What time is your next stream? Probably tomorrow, same time. Okay, a bit earlier. We'll get started. She probably did, but she didn't go to the real part. Hello. Thank you, Unspoken. Someone said I sound really terrifying off camera. I do, because I aggressively love my children. So I'm not sure. Neutrinos and Antarctica. Yes, I did. I worked on a neutrino experiment in Antarctica. Exactly. Cats are not good for quality air. Okay. What is a ray? So cosmic rays are basically extragalactic, potentially extragalactic charged particles that are bombarding the Earth. They get into the Earth's atmosphere, they bombard the Earth's surface. They can have interactions with the Earth's atmosphere and produce air showers and things like that. And some like the highest energy ones are, I mean, there's also charged particles from the sun that can do all this, but the highest energy cosmic rays are generally coming from other galaxies. Okay? So maybe that's the one you mean, because cosmic waves is too general. I mean, do you mean electromagnetic waves, like as in light? Do you mean gravitational waves, as in the gravitational waves coming from a cataclysmic gravitational event, like a collapse or a merger? Because basically, I mean, honestly, truth be told, we can just talk about the Northern Lights. So Northern Lights is a bit more tamer than the cosmic rays that I was talking about. I love the right under the nostril angle. Oh my gosh. Wow. You guys really focus on my nostrils sometimes, which is fine. That's okay. That's quite all right. Let me get my eye boogers out real quick as well. And then I will resume the conversation about this thing that I've been asked. Excuse me, please. Thank you. So, basically, there are 4 fundamental forces in particle physics. In the standard model of particle physics, there are 4 fundamental forces. These are the following: electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force. So, and then also, I should mention gravitation. So those are the 4. Now, gravitation is unfortunately not really explained by particle physics, quantum mechanics, etc. I mean, they try to work on something called quantum gravity, but I'm not really sure like exactly how concluded that is. Pretty much, gravitation is explained by general theory of relativity, which is a classical physics theory, of course, given to us by Dr. Albert Einstein in 1916. After he gave us the initial special theory of relativity in 1905, and we talked about how pretty much superstring theory kind of started to evolve and devolve and start to be a thing pretty much as early as 1919, but then took a break and was developed more later on in the 1900s or the 20th century. But basically, gravitation is something that is explained by these types of classical efforts and not so much successfully anyways by particle physics. And because like if particle physics were to explain it, then there would be this sort of known particle. Now there is a theorized particle for gravitation called graviton, but until that is kind of found and whatnot, we will kind of go with the notion that gravitation is pretty much explained by general theory of relativity. And the gravitational waves that we have observed are also in line with general theory of relativity. They were predicted a long time ago, over 100 years ago, and then now we're seeing them and measuring them directly with instruments like LIGO. From cataclysmic events out in space, such as 2 black holes or 2 neutron stars merging, or basically a binary of these things, a binary of black hole, neutron star, black hole, that sort of thing, when they finally merge, after doing a little dance of orbiting each other for a while, that can cause sort of this cataclysmic explosive event, which can produce gravitational waves that are strong enough for our instrument here on Earth to pick up on, which is a huge sort of progress in that field that we started to attain in the last 10 years. So that is one thing. So that is to do with the gravitation. Now you asked about cosmic waves, which I'm not sure what you're referring to. So I'm just talking about generally all the forces now. So that is the gravitation. So gravitation explained by GR or general relativity gives you gravitational waves from these types of events. We have even started to directly measure gravitational waves, but does not have as much headway in understanding what gravitation really is in particle physics standpoint, okay? So that has to do with gravitation. Now the rest of the forces that are fundamental are electromagnetic force. This is of course mediated by photons or light particles, and electromagnetic force is also has this wave nature. It is light with wave and particle duality. It can be light of various wavelengths such as X-rays, UV rays, radio waves, pretty much all the light wavelengths, and you can also see it manifest in basically electric and magnetic fields, because ultimately these are oscillating electric and magnetic fields, which is the light wave. And you can see things like charges repelling opposite charges, attracting, and the attraction or the repulsion there is the electromagnetic force working, okay, and being mediated by photons in particle physics. So that is the electromagnetic force, which is another example of a long-range force, because the first one I talked about, gravitation, is also long-range. Then the next two, strong nuclear force and weak nuclear force, are more sort of short-range, and they have to do with stuff that we didn't even know about, because basically the length scales or energy scales are sort of nuclear in nature. And there was a time when people thought that the atom was the fundamental unit, and they didn't look further into, say, the nucleus of the atom, right? So strong nuclear force, that's mediated by gluons, and those basically work between the quarks that make up the protons and neutrons within our nuclei of ordinary matter. So that is strong nuclear force. And then there's also weak nuclear force. And this one is mediated by two bosons called W and Z bosons. And it's involved in, say, radioactive decay of things. It's actually the only type of interaction that neutrinos do, for example. So neutrino is a type of particle that can only interact through the W and Z bosons. So they only interact weakly. You will not find a neutrino being able to interact electromagnetically, for example, like say with photons, or have a charge or anything like that. So those are some things to keep in mind. Now, cosmic types of signatures at this day and age, basically we do what we call multi-messenger astronomy, where we try to study the cosmos and we study astronomy utilizing more than one type of messenger. This can be light of various wavelengths. It used to be just visible light that you did astronomy with, looking up at the night sky. But now, at this point, you can use other wavelengths of light. You can use even gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, what have you. So that's one way to be multi-messenger. Next way is we can actually do astronomy with different particles. We can look for the particles that may be emitted as part of the emission or signature of a certain astronomical event, or a transient event, or even an object. So maybe something like a really big supernova could eject certain particles into the cosmos, and maybe one of those could make its way over here to Earth, right? And now these particles, if they have a mass, of course they will not travel as fast as the speed of light, but sometimes these cosmic events are actually ways in which particles can get accelerated to having very high energies, and sometimes we call them ultra high energy particles, such as neutrinos can attain potentially high energies or ultra high energies as well. Cosmic rays can have that. And then we become sensitive with various instruments here on Earth. We become sensitive to such ultra high energy or high energy particles, which could be neutrinos or cosmic rays, which I told you the cosmic rays are basically charged particles. They can be protons, they can be heavier nuclei, but they basically will have a charge. So the way they travel is different from a neutrino because a neutrino does not have charge. But this is sort of some more detail on how we do astronomy and what kinds of things that we are able to like sort of measure here at this point, and we do and what we do multi-messenger astronomy with. So I just named a couple more messengers of astronomy at this point, the neutrinos and also the cosmic rays. And then lastly, at this point, so I've mentioned light of various wavelengths, neutrinos, cosmic rays. These are ways to do astronomy. And then lastly, we also have at this point gravitational waves. Gravitational waves were incredibly hard to detect directly. We had indirect ways to measure gravitational waves in the past for a while, but measuring them directly as this wave that comes and, you know, stirs up your instrument and registers as a signature of a gravitational event far, far away as a gravitational wave means that you have to be sensitive and be really good at, eliminating noise and have a very high technology available for that. And we did that exact thing now with something like LIGO, and we have become able to pick up on gravitational waves from some of the most cataclysmic, explosive events in the sky. So that too is now a part of multi-messenger astronomy. So I would say when somebody mentions waves, cosmic signatures, I would keep in mind maybe you're talking about cosmic messengers, and it could be either a type of light, neutrino, cosmic ray, or gravitational wave, okay? So a wave is, so I'm looking at one of the questions also. A wave is something like gravitational wave, something like light is a wave. I mean, it's also a particle. But cosmic ray is the name given to particles that have charge, such as, but not limited to, a proton or a heavier nuclei coming from various astrophysical sources. Or actually, they can also come from cosmogenic sources, but those ones are less exciting. So for example, it could be literally, I think with cosmic rays, there is more of a diversity of what qualifies as a cosmic ray. I like to think of them as pretty much just charged particles. And generally they are a proton or some kind of heavier particle than a proton, okay? Cosmic rays are not gamma rays. Gamma rays are photons. Cosmic rays are charged particles. Yay, thank you. Hello, Jose. Hello, Adam. Hello, Audilune. Hello, Mr. Pokes. Okay, you got it, Scott. Hello, it's Tricky. Hello, Burger. Hi, Jodart. Alpha particles. Love it. Hi, Alice. Okay, was there any other physics questions? Hi, Alice. I see you now. Alice is in the chat. She can also answer some questions. I got the key to... Okay. I'm just looking through to see if there's any other questions before we... So, okay. I think... I got it. If there is any other... So, Joe was asking about escaping Earth. I see another question. So, actually, you have to go fast to escape Earth. And I believe the escape velocity from Earth to escape Earth's gravity is 11 kilometers per second, okay? So, it's actually a velocity that you have to be going at. The minimum is 11 kilometers per second. And then you can go from there as far as where you want to be, what kind of orbit you want to be in, or do you want to be far away, that type of thing. But it's more to do with an escape velocity. Okay. Thank you for the gifts. Okay, perfect. Somebody answered. Thank you for liking the live, guys. Appreciate it. Can we get 80 likes? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Blaze. Costco sent makeup brush. Thank you. Except Newton's laws are pretty certain. Hi, Chris Tuber. Grateful. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, everyone, guys. So, Alice, do you want to answer about the Thea impact? I'm not really sure about that one. So, the next thing we will keep on going here. I'm not sure. What do you want me to see? So once again, we know, I kind of briefly went over the types of particles here a moment ago. So I mentioned I might have not mentioned fully, but let me just say it now. So there are different families of particles. So a lot of the times on this live, we have spent talking about astronomy, cosmology, astrophysics, but then sometimes we talk about particle physics. But I think super lately we talked about dark matter, dark energy, those two topics as they relate to astronomy, cosmology. And then we talked about black holes. But so we might not have touched too heavily on the particle physics aspects, okay? So I already told you earlier that quantum mechanics, which of course leads to particle physics, and general theory of relativity, these two parts of physics don't really agree. Okay, and quantum mechanics and particle physics. So quantum mechanics leading to particle physics is physics of the small, and general theory of relativity is physics of the large. And so a lot of people that work on one or the other don't have to really address both. They probably specialize in either small things or big things. So they might not have had to tackle both things. But if you are considering physics as a whole, then this discussion has to be had, where we have to sort of face a couple of uncomfortable truths of where these two things don't agree, and they both each have some issues. Okay, but we can also go with what we kind of know so far and go from there. So what we know so far, I mentioned to you about the fundamental forces. So we already said that. Within the particle families, now particle physics has developed from quantum mechanics as a necessary sort of follow-up. And at this point, we're able to basically categorize the particles and put them in, sorry, I have to sneeze. Excuse me, please. At this point, the various particles of ordinary matter are able to be categorized in their families of particles, and basically gain some level of organization. Again, I will say that a lot of classical physicists don't really enjoy this type of organization, because to them it seems like just kind of coming up with some names to put things under and having sort of this jungle of particles instead of having an overarching explanation. But at the same time, we know that there are energy regimes where the non-gravitational fundamental forces have seen an ability to be unified. And so really at this point, it's the non-gravitational forces and gravitation not being unified, which is the issue. So we will still go forward with whatever there is to learn in particle physics, because even though initially criticized by classical physicists, quantum mechanics, the truth is quantum mechanics has had tremendous experimental success. And because of that success, it was able to continue to develop and grow more and more, and gave us the entirety of particle physics and so on and so forth. And, even to this date, it's being worked on. Anyways, so these particle families are leptons, quarks, and bosons. Okay, so these are the three particle families really that we consider at this point. And in that book that we were reading, basically about the Big Bang, and shortly after the Big Bang, the author, Neil deGrasse Tyson, has been mentioning some particles. So I wanted to kind of summarize that again for you, which is that as far as the particle families go, and considering only the ordinary matter, we have these things. We have the leptons, the quarks, and the bosons. Remember that bosons are mediator particles that basically mediate the type of force that that particle family would interact with. So for example, electron is a type of lepton, but electron can interact via photons with other charged particles, and the force type there is the electromagnetic force, but the particle type there that is mediating that force is the boson, which is in that case the photon. So there is sort of a table. I can also show you this table actually. There's basically a table summarizing these particles that we can look at, and it would make it a lot easier. 1 second, please. I have shown it before, and I'm looking around to see if I can find one handy in the books that I have around me, but I'm trying to think. Maybe I don't currently, and I might have to show that to you tomorrow. Okay, but basically, those are the ordinary matter. Now, let's say we're interested in something like dark matter. What is the particle nature of dark matter? Then that would be something that would add to this study, which currently we know already, which is the standard model of particle physics, giving us those 3 types of particle families and whatnot. We just don't know the particle nature of dark matter, okay? But we know the gravitational effects of dark matter. So we have certain parts of the story, but not other parts. So for example, not knowing the particle nature of dark matter, that's kind of an issue. We would like to know that. And so basically you can think of dark matter being approached as a particle physics problem where they're trying to look for such a particle. Or dark matter can be studied in terms of its effects on cosmology, and that is more of a cosmology study. Or dark matter can be studied as an effect in our galaxy or in other galaxies nearby, and that would be more of an astronomy way to study dark matter. But if you're, say, trying to understand the particle nature of dark matter, well, all the particles of ordinary matter that I mentioned just now don't explain dark matter. And so you'd have to kind of make a new discovery, okay? And that is not easy to do, as we know. I mean, even discovering one of the bosons, Higgs boson, in 2012, took a lot of work, because not only are you discovering a new particle, you're also having to like prove that you really did make that discovery with statistics. So it has to be like this 5 sigma, like this big confident thing that you have to say. Like, just because you saw some signal doesn't make it a discovery. So I come from a particle and astrophysics background. So I come from what we call particle astrophysics background. So we collected a lot of data. We collect a lot of data. We look at a lot of data. We analyze, and then we say, okay, yeah, that data point or that signal is associated with a real particle, versus all the rest is like noise. It could be anthropogenic noise. It could be thermal noise. It could be a cigarette lighter. It could be all kinds of nonsense, right? So to be able to say that a signal is a real particle, you actually have to do a ton of analysis and statistics. So it becomes a statistical problem of being able to say, like, yeah, with this much confidence, and this much error bars, we are saying, yes, this is that particle that we think it is. So they actually did that with the Higgs boson, and it was a tremendous effort, a big collaboration, if not collaborations. I think it was a multi-collaboration discovery, like totally different groups of people doing sort of like a blind analysis. Like, you can't look at the full data because that would bias you. You know, you have to do all these like things to make the analysis statistically and experimentally sound. And so they did all this to to then be able to say that they discovered the Higgs boson. It wasn't like it was their hobby to wake up one day and discover it. It takes a lot of work and data and time. So you can imagine that something similar would be the case also with the particle nature of dark matter. If they were to prove out with data and analysis that they have found dark matter. And Alice can say more in the chat because I believe she is studying dark matter. But I wanted to point out to you that there are a few different ways you could do this particle physics way. That would probably involve a lot of statistics and analysis to really say that you've made a discovery, because it's not easy at all to make a discovery. Okay, a discovery is very difficult. And then, or you could look at dark matter's effects gravitationally on other things, like other, like stars, velocities, or things that objects are doing in different galaxies, our own galaxy or neighboring galaxies. And you can get closer answers of what it's really doing, etc. That would be sort of an astronomy approach. Or you can also try to figure out, for example, the role that dark matter might have played in the large scale structure formation of this universe, where we think that we wouldn't have been able to form the first clusters, galaxies, and stars if it weren't for some help from dark matter giving us that gravitational boost needed to make gravity win in certain spots, to then come up with a non-random distribution of matter in this universe, right? And that sort of thing might also come up in this topic. And that study would be a more cosmology study of dark matter. So I encourage you all to study dark matter in whatever is your favorite way. But when it comes to dark energy, pretty much dark energy is more of a cosmology topic. So you'd probably be in a cosmology experiment or theory if you're working on that. And have to experiments would involve also collecting a lot of data, looking really far, far away, measuring redshifts of distant objects and figuring out the expansion and all that. And that is the expansion of the universe, not the expansion of a galaxy or our cluster, right? So it is not a neighborhood project, it's a universe project. And so dark energy is going to be probably a more cosmological approach. So you'd have to be a cosmologist if you are studying dark energy. Okay? So I wanted to mention that in a nutshell so that we can kind of she is just very small. Yeah. GR is not complete. That makes sense. Modified Newtonian dynamics. Oh, so let's see. Somebody said Johnny Doe is saying something about some people would disagree. Which thing are you talking about? Johnny Doe, let me know. Hi, something to look forward to. How are you doing? Thank you. Can someone do a super chat? Oh, did someone do a super chat that I missed? Hi, Alice. Your YouTube shorts are all the same. Hi, Antonio. So I have to ask, since you've been to Antarctica, is the world a plane or a globe? The world is definitely a globe. The Earth is round. The Earth is not a perfect sphere, but it is spherical object, not flat. And we can take pictures of it from space and things like that. So it is a pale blue dot, which is, like a sphere. Okay? So Johnny Doe had a comment, and I'm not sure what he was referring to. Alice is in the chat. Perfect. If I floated slowly away from Earth. So first you'd have to escape you'd have to escape the gravity of Earth. And then it really depends on how fast you go would determine sort of your orbit. And if you are farther than our solar system, then you're either, I mean, are you like, it all depends. Like, are you sort of where the dwarf planets are? Because then you'd probably be orbiting the sun. Basically, for the objects that are, orbiting a great distance away, at that point you're orbiting the sun, probably not the Earth. But then also you're orbiting all of us. Entire solar system is orbiting the galactic center. So it really depends, like, what you mean by far. So it kind of depends, right? So like if you're close to Neptune, let's say somehow you went to Neptune, which is pretty far. Neptune has pretty big gravity. I mean, Jupiter has even bigger. Maybe Jupiter will kind of suck you in and you'll become a moon of Jupiter. So all depends where you end up. Or maybe you become a moon of Neptune. Or maybe you are like Pluto, which is a dwarf planet, even farther away. And Pluto is doing some kind of shenanigan-filled orbit around the sun. Pluto and other dwarf planets don't do typical orbits around the sun. And so they're called dwarf planets. So maybe you would orbit the sun in some kind of way. Or maybe, you could also be like an asteroid orbiting the sun. So the long story short is that, yes, like strictly speaking, your gravitational experience will be affected by the Earth too, but the bigger effect will be that of the sun. Because at that point, the sun is the much bigger mass, and the gravitational force that people feel in terms of Newtonian mechanics goes as 1 over r squared, where r is your distance. So the farther and farther away you go, the lesser and lesser of there's Baji, the lesser and lesser of the Earth gravitation you might feel, but maybe you'll still feel the sun's, and you might still be bound to the solar system. Either way, depending on how far you go, you'd still probably be orbiting the galactic center, where we have a supermassive black hole. And somehow, if you're at the halo, then you should definitely tell us what you're feeling, because that is where we see effects of dark matter. Okay? Which is a research topic, so we're still learning about that one. Thank you, everybody, so much for your likes, shares, and subscribes, and comments and chat messages and questions. Please do keep it coming. Can we get 100 likes? Did someone do a super chat that I missed? tell everyone to drink water, and once they drink their water, they put a water emoji in the chat. Oh, thank you. Unspoken is saying, please stay warm. Oh, thank you. Edgar, thank you, Edgar, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Are you Mexican? You're super beautiful and smart. Thank you. Thank you, Edgar. I am not Mexican as far as I know. Maybe I could be though. Who knows? But thank you so much for your super chat. Photons are particles, right? Yes. Photons are particles. They're massless, but they are the particles of light. How do we know there's a particle nature to dark matter? We just kind of expect it to have a particle nature. It's a type of matter. It seems to affect things gravitationally. It has a mass. So photons are light or small packets of energy. Yes. If we can accelerate photons, then we're accelerated. No, photons have a constant speed in vacuum. It's the speed of light in vacuum, and it is a constant of nature, okay? You cannot accelerate photons. You can have photons of different energy. You can increase or decrease a photon energy. And depending on that energy, remember mass energy equivalence, E equals mc squared. If a photon has more E, then it can make a particle of more m, as in mass. So photons can, say, make electrons positrons, or if there's an even more energetic photon, it can even make a proton or a neutron. Okay, so, but photons are not getting accelerated. So photons, this is where the nice quantum nature of photon helps out. So basically, the energy of a photon is given by h times f, where h is Planck's constant and f is the frequency. So the more the frequency of the photon, or the more the frequency of that light, the more energetic that photon will be, the more energetic that light will be. So like gamma rays have a high frequency, and they are the highest energy photons. And also, c is a constant, as in the speed of light is a constant, because it is given by wavelength times frequency. So c is a constant, speed of light is a constant. So you can think of it as in units, it's meters per second. Wavelength is the meter, and frequency is the per second, because frequency is like 1 over time, right? So 1 over time, the reverse of time is 1 over second. So see how wavelength times frequency is meters per second. And that is also the unit of speed of light, or speed of anybody really, but in this case, we're talking about light. So basically, you get your speed of light being a constant, 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second, right? But the things that can vary about different types of light are the frequency and the wavelength parts, which can change, but they change in a way where they keep the speed of light the same, okay? So the frequency part can be a lot bigger sometimes, and so that is a high frequency photon. That high frequency photon will have a tinier wavelength. Higher the frequency, tinier the wavelength, because we got to keep that speed of light constant, okay? And that is a constant of nature. So it's the same. Speed of light in vacuum is a constant. So sometimes you'll have photons of higher frequency. These photons will have smaller wavelengths. Sometimes you'll have photons of lower frequency, and those photons will have larger wavelengths. But the speed of light in vacuum is a constant. You're not accelerating the speed of light in vacuum. You are changing the energy of the photons. And remember, photoelectric effect you're basically turning photons energy into electric charge and electrons moving and giving you electricity, and you can measure the power, the wattage of that, and power is actually joules per second, so it's an energy per time. So again, you can see the photon energy going into this electrical energy, into this another form of, I mean, it's still kind of photon energy, but like it's going into electricity and that energy. So basically, you can go from that HF of the photon, where H is the constant, F is the frequency. You can basically tune that frequency more high, like you can make it go up, 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 to then see in photoelectric effect whether that is giving you more power and more electricity or not. And that could be a little experiment you guys do at home. I mean, I'm not recommending it, but that is actually how they figured out things like photoelectric effect, okay? Photoelectric effect. Photon energy going to electricity. Photon has energy, electricity has energy. This energy is in joules, that energy is in joules. Both are joule to joule, okay? So photons have this HF energy, which can be utilized to then, shine it on a metal plate. It's not making any electrons, turn up that frequency. Oh, now it makes electrons and you get electricity and your light bulb shines, turns on. Before that, say it wasn't turning on, you'd have to change the frequency up of that photon to turn it into photoelectric effect of electricity light bulb situation, okay? So this is how you can kind of think of it. It's energy, not speed acceleration, okay? Hi, Black Sheep. Black Sheep DC or D6X. Thank you, Black Sheep, for the super chat. Scared to invest fully. I'm scared that the rules. I will heart and like your super chat, Black Sheep, but I'm not sure what your question is. Black Sheep D6X is saying scared to invest. Are you talking about the stock market or about physics or this channel? Don't be scared. Austin Green, how are you? Your area of interest is being used for human husbandry? What do you mean? The solar system is orbiting our galactic center, yes. Hi, Blink, how are you doing? Hi, Jay Franks. This channel is about physics, astronomy, cosmology, astrophysics, kitty cats, and my face presenting all of that, okay? Thank you so much. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Oh, Princess Tiara. Hello, Princess Tiara. Oh my goodness, Princess is giving us... So I call myself the passenger princess of this channel, relying heavily on your super chats. But then we found another princess here in the chat, and she is saying, with her super chat, which I thank you for, we didn't come to any agreement in the custody hearing, so it's ongoing. Oh no. Well, that is, that's a bummer. Are you gonna, I'm sure you're gonna keep fighting though. What about astrology? What about it? I'm so relaxed right now. Okay, your presence has me on a trance. Okay. You are very awesome to listen to. Thank you, Ray. You will eventually find out and then you have to make a decision. What are you talking about, Chris? Astrology is different from astronomy, but long ago they were thought to be intertwined. This is true. What is a black hole? Please explain. Okay, perfect. Moonlander, I see your question. Thank you so much. Can we get 90 likes? I see your question, Moonlander. Thank you. We will take that next, probably. Something to look forward to is saying you are the best. Seriously. Thank you. Thank you for the kind comments, guys. And thank you for your patience sitting through the sushi eating earlier. Since light is energy, why does it have a speed limit? Ah. So it's energy. Um, it's energy and it's being carried in at the quantum level. It's being carried by those packets of energy called photons. And those photons are massless and they have a certain constant speed, a speed limit, as you put it. And that constant speed, by the way, I also wanted to mention earlier that the speed of light is constant in vacuum, right? The speed of light in vacuum is a constant. The speed of light in different materials is different than the speed of light in vacuum. So light can travel slower in other types of media, okay? But then you're asking about the speed limit. Like, are you asking like there's a couple of things. I guess photons are massless. They travel at the speed of light, which is constant in nature, in vacuum. But the exact number, it might be one of those things which there are certain numbers in the universe that we see. We kind of talked about it from Stephen Hawking's book, where we're not exactly sure why the number is that number, but it just is. And it also turns out that our universe is quite fine-tuned. So there are certain numbers like the charge of the electron, speed of light, gravitational constant. There are certain sort of numbers in nature that seem to be pretty fine-tuned, and a lot depends on these numbers, but we're not entirely sure why the numbers are exactly what they are. But I'm so happy to see the other princess join us. But yeah, as far as why it has exactly that speed, that's actually a deep question. Let me think about it more. Because one thing that comes to mind is about the fine-tuning thing I told you, which is that a lot of things are kind of fine-tuned in this universe, which we don't fully understand. And whether there is another sort of deeper meaning is something that I'd have to think about more. But thank you. That's a great question. Have you tried splitting atoms? No. I mean, we have as a group, we have split nuclei. It is nuclear fission, which we of course used for something quite deadly, but I personally have not. Thank you, Mateo. Um, thank you, Edgar. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just thanking everybody. You cannot slowly leave Earth. No, I would say you'd have to. So you'd have to. So somebody had asked a long time ago. I guess Joe has asked. So can I slowly? No, I don't think so because you. So even when we like fly airplanes, we're actually doing a lot of work against gravity, right? So in order to fully leave the gravitational field of the Earth, you'd have to put some work in, and you'd have to attain that escape velocity thing I was talking about. I mean, when rockets are launched, they're given a lot of boost, they burn fuel, those types of things. And then that would put you in some kind of orbit. And in order to like fully escape, you'd have to go even faster, depending on like what the orbit is. If it's like an open orbit, closed, you know what I mean? Like the orbit could literally be you going, because like leaving is basically being on a very what's the word? A very eccentric orbit, right? It's still an orbit. You're still going to be on an elliptical orbit around the Earth, but that orbit might just be very like a line that doesn't close for a very long time. You know what I mean? Like going like that versus turning around and going around the Earth. And that would depend on how fast you're launched. Okay. Hello, MGA84. So yeah, so by the way, did you guys know, speaking of the speed of light, did you know that in my experiment that I worked on, we actually depend on the fact that after a certain interaction in the ice of Antarctica, actually a neutrino would come in and interact with the ice of Antarctica, and that's how we would see this phenomenon. Then basically that interaction makes a particle shower in the ice, which is a medium, which is not vacuum, and it's a dielectric medium. And then that particle shower, which is a charged particle shower, actually moves through the ice at a speed greater than the speed of light in the medium. So other particles can move faster than the speed of light in different medium, not in vacuum, but in ice. Sometimes you can have, if you have a very extreme kind of particle interaction, which is the types that we were going after, you could have that ball or particle shower going in that medium at a speed greater than the speed of light in that medium, not more than the speed of light in vacuum, because that's a constant and no one can go faster than that. But in that medium, you can. And then that produces something called Cherenkov radiation. And that Cherenkov radiation, for our setup, is coherent in radio waves. And so then we built a radio telescope to be able to see the signature of ultra high energy neutrinos. So that was the whole experimental setup of what I worked on, okay? That is the sort of geometry, I don't even want to say it's not the full experimental setup, but it is the sort of foundation of the experimental setup, okay? And then there's a lot of details like geometry and cross section of particle interaction and building a good telescope and having antennas that work and flying that thing from a balloon, looking down on the ice and storing the data, and then launching the thing and getting it down and then analyzing the data, and then you find the signature by doing all that statistical stuff that I was talking about. So it's a long process. And this experiment is one of the smaller particle astro experiment within the last few decades. So there are experiments with that are even bigger efforts with just a ton going on. So hopefully that also gives you an idea of what the particle astrophysics landscape kind of looks like. Okay. Are you a PhD student, or I already did my PhD? Where is the Space Force guy? Did you see penguins in Antarctica? No. I unfortunately missed penguins because my timing was a little off from the penguins, but it was determined by the experiment and its timing. Thank you everybody so much for the super chats, gifts, likes, and subscribes. Please do subscribe to the channel. Hope to see you on all the future lives as well. And can we get 100 likes? Is there a big gap between theoretical physics and experimental? There used to be a big gap in the technology we were able to attain and how that kind of held us back in what we we're able to really test out or not experimentally. Like, for example, that gravitational waves experiment that I talked about. I mean, gravitational waves were predicted by Einstein in 1916, but they were not directly measured until 2017 or so. So it took 100 years for something to be experimentally verified that was predicted a while ago, because to develop that technology is not a joke. So nowadays, we in the 21st century, we kind of have focused a lot on developing the technologies well enough so that we can do the experimental work and measure things more precisely. And we're living in this precision and more like better capabilities of precisely measuring and experimentally finding things era than ever before. So in that sense, yeah, there is a gap, but sometimes it just takes time. You can have the theoretical backbone, but you making the experiment work out. I like I was just now mentioning my experiment. That is one of the more simpler experimental setups, and even then it was actually very involved, and we all had to work really hard and be really smart and be very resourceful. And I mean, partly I think being part of a smaller experimental setup is nice because you get your hands dirty with all aspects of the experimental setup and work. Whereas when people are part of bigger collaborations, they're oftentimes kind of focused on just a very tiny portion of the whole thing. Both are fine, but I personally enjoyed being part of an experiment where I had ability to work on all the parts. And that's only really possible when the collaboration is not too large. But nowadays we have some very large collaborations and collaborative efforts doing things that you could not do as a small group of even 100 people. And so it's just kind of changed a lot in terms of how science is done and whatnot. And and sort of the things that people are going after can be very complicated. and science is done more as collaborations than by individual people. Which is why sometimes they wonder about the Nobel Prize still being given to individual people. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff like that that is still kind of old at this point. Like modern science is not really done by individuals anymore in that sense. But at the same time, depends on the person also. Like what niche you work in, there might be something with a very simple setup that is possible to be done that I just don't know anything about, and maybe that could happen, um Princess Tiara is asking, where did you go to school? I went to NC State for undergrad and Ohio State for grad school. My PhD is in physics. All my degrees that I finished are in physics, but I started more. I started a degree in chemistry, music, math, psychology, but those ones I either had a minor or partially finished. But the ones that I finished are all in physics. So I have 3 degrees in physics, all in just physics. This room is about physics, darling. Thank you, Hotshot. Oh, thank you, Edgar. Edgar has done another super chat. Thank you so much, Edgar. Edgar is saying, is there a way to trigger savant or improve IQ? I don't know. See, I kind of grew up thinking that I was a little dumb and had no particular talents. So I'm not really sure if, like, I grew up thinking that I was not very smart because I don't think I learned in the most conventional ways. So I'm not even sure about IQ and all this like smartness and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like I used to be good at like reading and writing. I will say that. Like when I was young, I was more into like literature. Like I was into physics. Like physics was my favorite topic, but like what people thought I was good at was literature, drama, like arts stuff more. And those things did come more naturally, I guess, to me. But also like the science stuff, I think I just needed to like develop the knowledge, the confidence, and the experience in as well. And I think I just didn't learn science in the same way that maybe everybody learns it or how it was being taught in school. So like in India, when I went to school there till high school, I thought I wasn't particularly really good at, like I was good, but I never, like I didn't think I was like scoring the highest or anything like that. And in fact, I used to like kind of struggle with math for a while. I pretty much struggled with math until we did calculus. And then calculus I really liked, and I was able to learn it using physics because I really liked physics. So, it's I'm not really sure that I was always really good at it or anything, but I liked it. And I kind of just do what I like. so, so yeah. So yeah. A doctorate is more specialized than within the realm. Yeah, so by the time you're doing a doctorate, you are getting more and more specialized. Now, thankfully for me, I have an extensive research background. Like I've done research in various labs, So I came to the US for undergrad, right? So I was a very motivated little high schooler who wanted to come to the US for the first time to do research. I didn't come for any other reason. I wanted to come to do research, and I wanted to work in labs, and I wanted to also study music actually. Like basically back home in India, the path or the route for academics is like you either go into engineering or medicine, and doing the pure sciences is not really as common. And not only that, I also wanted to study music, and I also liked both physics and chemistry, and I didn't want to necessarily pick one. So I wanted to like double major. I was a very annoying little kid, honestly. As in, annoying for me. Annoying that I wanted to do so many different things. And it was only possible, I thought, in the US. I mean, it was definitely not possible in India. So, like, I think I wanted to, like, I basically said I wanted to, like, I intended to study physics, chemistry, math, music, with a good mix of Shakespeare and other like literature topics. Like if I had unlimited time or money in college, I would have also done literature, and I would have finished chemistry, and I would have finished my music degrees. But because I wanted to finish in 4 years, I finished only the physics one. You know what I mean? So pretty much there was like a lot of things I wanted to do, and when I came here to the US, they seemed to be okay with that. In India, they thought I was a very annoying person. so, and they were quite strict there. They, yeah, they thought I was bad at math and not good enough, probably for physics, and that I should probably study English. So anyway. Hi, Space Time. Hi, Ree. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Get Bad. Thank you, Alice. Hi, Kalila. You found her. Jay Franks is saying I found her first. Aw. Yes, gravitational lensing. So JTD, you might be asking about gravitational lensing. Yes, light can actually, certain massive objects in the way between us and a light source can actually act as a lens and duplicate. You can see duplicates of things. Yes. Thank you, Unspoken. I also wanted to mention that as far as my academic journey, I think the colleges in India or academics in India might have thought that I was weird. But my parents didn't think I was so weird. As in, I think they kind of knew that I had my own like ideas for what I want to do, and I'll do them. And I was very serious. But they didn't really push one way or the other. They just wanted me to pick a school in North Carolina. So it had to be in North Carolina. And so I went with the school in North Carolina with the least tuition. So they didn't feel comfortable with like other parts of the US. I mean, I had never been to the US. My dad had been to the US, and he had been to in North Carolina. And I had never been. So my first place where I like touched down in the US is Washington, D.C., which I think is really cool. I remember like my first look at the United States was from the plane, looking at Washington, D.C., from coming from Frankfurt. And I'm like, it's so green. Like I never thought the US would be so green and full of trees. That's that's what I thought about DC. And then same thing in Raleigh. Raleigh is like a forest. Like, I mean, I hope it's. I wish it would stay a forest as much as it did before, but now like there's a lot of construction building going on there, but it's a lot of trees, and I just that was my first impression of the country. But yeah, they pretty much wanted me to go to a school in North Carolina. I think I got into a couple schools and I picked NC State because it's a public school. It still costs more because it's international pricing or out of state pricing, but it was the least tuition compared to the other school. So I went to NC State. It's a big land grant public school in North Carolina, Raleigh, in the Research Triangle Park. I think it's a great school, and I loved the physics department there. I also was in the chemistry department, like I was saying. I worked in the chemistry department for a very long time. Like I worked in a lab for most of college. So I did a lot of research. Like I came with that motivation. So I did research in undergrad, in grad. So I kind of have more lab and research experience than maybe others who are like my peers. And that kind of makes me more like well-rounded and kind of able to cover more topics, I think. Like even within physics, I kind of had a bit more exposure to various topics, both in undergrad and grad school. Partly because it's kind of harder. It's like a lot harder to be an international student, right? Like it's more when you're an international student, like they don't, you kind of have to do better in order to get into grad school and things like that with the full scholarship and whatnot. And so I had to like be kind of overly prepared and have more on my resume. And so I had a lot of work and lab experience even in college. And that's exactly why I came to the US. And so it that's what I wanted. Maybe I did it a little too much, but because that's what I wanted. And I didn't necessarily have any guarantee of staying beyond undergrad. So I kind of like packed it all in, treating it like as this major opportunity. So, yeah. And that was a long time ago. So now I'm here on YouTube. Spreading that knowledge. Maybe I should get wine. Enough talking. It is Saturday. Thank you, Mr. Getbad. Thank you, Kalila. Educated women don't want families or put it aside for their older ages. Aw. I think I have family. I mean, I like my nephew. Can we get 100 likes? I have a nephew. I have friends that are my chosen family. I have my family. There are people that are my family, you know? Doesn't always have to make a new one to have family. I have family. I have parents, you know, thank you, universe, and evil eye remove. I have parents, you know, sibling, nephew, friends that I take care of, my own kids that are feline. I'm a matriarch, guys. Like, I'm head of household character, paying taxes. What more do you want from me? And I could adopt. Don't gotta always make a new human, you know? Uh, there's a lot of kids I hear without any parents. Maybe you should think about them instead of me. Whereas, who wants to be my child out in the world? Sometimes I think there is an art in sounding smart. Ooh, that rhymes. An art in sounding smart. Anti-gravity is real. Get it, baby girl. I want to build a UFO. Then you came along and everything worked perfectly. Where? Can we get 100 likes? We did talk about anti-gravity, cosmological constant, and dark energy. You should see my live called Dark Energy under the live tab of the channel. By the way, if you see this video later on as a video posted, please do leave a comment and enjoy. Thank you so much. Missed you at the live, but here you are. But also, if you want to check out the previous episodes, you should definitely do that. I have lots of live episodes under the live tab of my channel. Go listen to all of them while you're working or showering or eating. We're here for you. I want a wife as smart and beautiful as you. Okay, cutie. Why? The instruments. I did eat. I ate sushi. Beautiful. Okay. Wanna go on a matcha date, bae? Is matcha like the matcha tea, like the green stuff? I do like that. Am I a feminist? Yeah, of course. You made the best decision ever, Vendri. Thank you. Are you talking about my college? Some people are smart. I feel like there were kids in school that I thought were smart. Like they tested really well. They were smart about tests. I was not a good test taker. So I felt kind of dumb. But then I think it wasn't until grad school that I realized that I have something special, that now I have the edge more than those people. So till undergrad, I probably felt pretty average. Like till undergrad, I mean, I still graduated like summa cum laude, but that was like because of grit. I don't think that was because of I didn't feel like that was because I was so smart or anything, but like I really wanted to because I'm like shit, this costs too much. I have to get a summa cum laude. So you know, but I think I felt more capable and like stood out or had better opportunities to shine in grad school. And probably not until grad school. Until grad school, I probably felt like within my peers of pretty smart people, I probably felt like more average. But then I think grad school onwards, I was like, no, actually, I'm the best. I'm like, no, actually, scratch that. Oh, God. Mm. Thank you. What's disappointing? Somebody said disappointing. Oh. Oh, thank you guys. Hi, Royce. She was not struggling, guys. She just thought she was. I do have anxiety, so I did probably think that I was. Everyone is good at their thing. One of the best theoretical quantum physicists failed intro to quantum mechanics like 2 or 3 times. Right? I know a friend personally who failed a ton in grad school, and she became a professor. So, like, guys, your professors might have failed, and that's fine. They eventually did pass, and they, went through some steps to get to where they are. No other reason. You're a plumber? I love that. I need a plumber, actually. More than a coffee date, I need a plumber. Don't forget Defense Air Force. Exactly. That whole story that I told you doesn't even count my Air Force experience, which is fine. I kept it more academic this time. I do have children that are kitty cats, yes. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Pisam. My lip is broken. Are you a morning person? Not really. How do you pronounce your name? Oindri. Oindri. You went to MIT? Cool. I worked there. Quick tangent. Indian colleges are well respected. Oh, yeah. Yes. I don't have experience going to them, but I'm sure, yes, they are. They really are. I have experience trying to, like, I applied to some of them and I had some interviews and stuff, but I have no experience being a student at any Indian colleges. Our brain is basically, but I loved my school though, where I went to school in India. I loved it. Bojangles. Oh my God. That's funny. If you're good at math, there's an Asian lad that's better. Jeez, yeah. It was your strong individualism, which was perfect. I do think I'm kind of like strongly individualistic, so might not have one second, I have to message someone. I think I'm getting a drunk text. That's fine. All right. Let me just do that. Okay. I do think that I was very strongly individualistic. And it only got worse. Like, I think, like, I was sort of a loner. I like doing my own studying and my own thinking and reading, and I had my own ideas and ambitions. I think I wouldn't have fit very well in the Indian colleges. I never had a very collective approach, which can sometimes be bad. My parents are okay. They're not good at everything, but they did not get in the way of my academic ambitions. That's for sure. They were supportive of that, for which I'm thankful. They were happy that I did my physics stuff. And I'm not sure that all Indian parents like would be equally as cool with it. Because it's relatively it's relatively unconventional. Physicists usually do not fake it. We just say we don't know. Okay, time to marry me. Okay, hello, Lions. I'm glad you're here now, even if you're in MA. I am. I've been in North Carolina, Ohio, and then now Massachusetts. You're too smart for your own good. My main interest is processors, and it's crazy we hit the brick wall. Stephen Hawking? Spider Turtle said, guess my age. I don't know, 32. Um, Thank you, Alice. You're so lucky to have her. Thank you. I am somewhere in the comments. Sorry, guys. Oh, you guys are nice and supportive. You independently coined the term dark gravity. Oh, thank you. Your choice about becoming a physicist was the best choice you ever made. Hi, Kenny. Tyson, thank you. Are you the 100th like? All right, let's wrap up. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tyson. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate. Oh, God. Do a clip of all the food you eat while streaming. I will. Oh my God. Hi, Raymond. I do see you. You guys are funny. Win3? No one's ever heard that name. That's why I tell you guys, like, Baji's mother. That's my name, because my name, nobody knows that name. Not even in India. Nobody knows this name. What's wrong? So I have a leak in my garbage disposal tubing, and I also have a broken faucet. Literally, the faucet broke. And I have the spare, but I didn't put it on. Thank you, Gigi. Okay. Good night. Thank you, guys. Good night. Thank you, Mr. Get Bad. Thank you, Mendel. Thank you, Ray. I'll be back tomorrow and we will continue with our discussion. Have a great night, Alice. Thank you for coming. How tall am I? 5 feet and 4.5 inches. Could it be possible to explain conscious? Standing calf raises or seated for stubborn calves that won't grow. I do leg press. I use the seated leg press machine at the gym, and currently I'm pushing like 180 or 190 pounds. And then I take the stairs a lot. Okay. Seeing another question here. Thank you for all the good vibes, comments, questions, chat messages, likes, shares, and subscribes. Thank you, Tyson, for coming in. Edgar, thank you. Ray, thank you. I'm a thick shorty. Are you calling me? Okay, whatever. Whatever, man. A thick shorty. I'm 5 feet 4.5 inches. That is the average height of women in the US. That's not short. That's tall. I'm tall. Good night. Good night, everybody. Thank you. You should do a super chat because you called me thick and short. You should smooth it over with money. Smooth it over. Smooth it over. No, it's a money opportunity for me. It's okay. I have fun with it. I'm Thort. I'm gonna tell my friends. They call me Thort. Evil eye remove, and thank you, God, and thank you, universe, for my children, my Shona, my Baba, my everything, my Puchi, Suchi, and Baji. You should try. Oh, shut up. Shut up about the toxo whatevers. Thank you. You guys don't deserve to see my babies that I birthed. Some of you do. You guys, you didn't meet my goal. My super chat goal. I'm gonna look at who subscribed. Can we get 3 more subscribers? Can we get a super chat? Can we get 3 more subscribers, please? I'm away from a goal number. I'm 3 away from a goal number. Hi, Shona Puji. Mama loves you. Mama loves you. Mwah. What are you talking about, Ray? It's a grind, but trust me, you'll get there. I know, thank you so much. I have been learning that. Yes, indeed. My son is here asking me to come to bed. Hey, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Two more subscribers. Is that your normal voice? I don't know what my normal voice is. It changes a lot. 2 more subscribers. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Alice. Open to hearing what? South Korea! Welcome, South Korea. Can you subscribe, South Korea? Busan. Please like, share, and subscribe. Happy New Year. What's your financial wisdom? I almost went to Busan, South Korea for a conference. And then the money didn't come in for that conference, going to it. So then I... Hi, Sachi Mama. Yeah, pretty sure I was supposed to go to that exact spot in Busan, South Korea. But then I couldn't. And I've never been to South Korea. Um, Hello G. Okay. You should go, it's a fun country. I had to reset my password. Raymond is, or I know the metric the whole market trades on. Okay, can you do a metric of a super chat? Good night, everybody. I can see you, cool kid. I'm gonna update the details of the live and then go to bed, okay? Good night and sleep tight. It is so cold. Ha, Fuji Baba? Yes! I got my subscribers. Fuji Baba. Fuji Baba is calling me. Fuji Baba. Baba Shona. Baba Shona. Baba Shona. Baba Shona. Baba Shona. Mama's here, baby. Mama's coming. Fuji. Fuji Babli. Mama's coming. Yeah, well. Esposa. One second. Mama loves you. Mama loves you. Fuji Suki Baji. Hello. Oh my gosh. I'll be right back. Suji mama. Suji mama. Oh, Suji mama. Suji mama, you take this. Baji Baba will have that. Let me show you my daughter. Here's my daughter. Here's my daughter. Here you go. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Unspoken words is saying, love you, my short, thick mamacita. Well, thank you. Thank you to Unspoken Words. Thank you, Unspoken. These are just normal curtains. Good night, doctor. You guys couldn't read my credit card number, right? I hope not, anyways. Well, if you use it, just use it for a good cause, okay? Tu esposa necesita super chat. Your spouse needs a super chat? You should do a super chat. I agree. You should do it. Brian Jackson, hello. She looks so full of life and healthy. Oh, well. Thank you, universe, and evil I remove. Feminine and kind. Mi futura esposa. How about you do a current super chat? Are you guys fighting? I wanted to mention yeah, they wanted the children want my attention. I wanted to mention that I'm okay. I wanted to mention that if you guys are gonna fight, you could fight utilizing highlighted chat messages to each other via doing super chats. If you do super chats, you can highlight your attacking messages towards me or others. You should do your insults towards each other in the form of super chats. That will stand out in the crowd. And you would be supporting physics and astronomy and cosmology and astrophysics and kitty cats. I believe in you. I do. I do. All right. I call this live Saturday special sushi and physics questions. Live, join now. I will now customize the details. Oh, Fuji, are you having a vomit? Fuji ate too fast. Oh no, Fuji. Is it a hairball? Oh, it's the food. Fuji, Mama will get it. 1 second, Fuji. There's a lot happening around here. Unspoken is number 1 right now. Let's see, number 1 is Unspoken, number 2 is Scott, number 3 is Edgar, number 4 is Princess Tiara. It's true. Fuji Bablu, কি হয়েছে সোনা? তাড়াতাড়ি খেয়ে নিয়েছো? তুমি তাড়াতাড়ি খেয়ে নিয়েছো? বেবি তো তুমি এত জোরে খায় না শোনা। হেয়ার বল, এ বাবা, হেয়ার বল। My goal is to make you smile. Galaxies do collide. We've witnessed it with telescopes. Super chats. Yes, do a super chat. Thanks for hyping me up, Ray. What's going on with you? Are you a model? Because you're beautiful. Yes, I am. Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Not sad. Just multitasking. Okay, everybody, wrap it up. Do your last messages, good night, super chats, and let's go to bed. Go to bed, okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you guys so much. Good night. Sleep tight. Mwah, 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 mwah.